she was rumored to be a hitter, a female assassin for a faction of the notorious gangster disciples. While law enforcement sources suspected her involvement in 3 to 5 shootings, street talk suggested a much higher number, possibly around 15. But this wasn't charity work. She charged a jaw-dropping $40,000 per person, amassing a fortune of $40 million in the 80s and 90s. She was like the Gordon Gekko of human smuggling. One of her favorite hobbies included serving cocaine to young girls and hosting wild orgies at her Miami home. That cat definitely knew how to party. She was even perceived as compassionate for granting one man's wish to get a bullet in the head instead of decapitation. From teenage assassins to human smuggling, kingpins, and the notorious Cocaine Godmother, these stories will take you deep into the female criminal underworld. First up on our list is a lovely girl also known as the teenage assassin on Chicago's main streets. Before Gakira Barnes met a tragic end in a barrage of bullets on Chicago's South Side, her mother had been hearing unsettling rumors about her daughter. At just 17 years old, this 5'3", 128-pound girl was not your typical teenager. She wasn't just involved with gang activity, she was rumored to be a hitter, a female assassin for a faction of the notorious gangster disciples. While law enforcement sources suspected her involvement in 3 to 5 shootings, street talk suggested a much higher number, possibly around 15.
That's impressive.
Gakira's mother, Chantel Brown, couldn't definitively confirm her daughter's role as a shooter. Despite a previous charge of firing a gun at age 14, a case later dismissed due to witness recantation. That's a fancy word for retraction, by the way. Brown had never seen a gun at home. She was left wondering if her daughter's rap music videos featuring handguns were just swagger or something more sinister. Yet those who knew Gakira from her early days at Perspective's Math and Science Academy were shocked by her transformation. Initially a timid student, she gradually became more outgoing in the 8th grade. She aimed to receive a quality education and attend college. However, Gakira's life took a dark turn, leading to her involvement in the juvenile justice system and eventually her dropout from school. Her path collided with the violent rivalry between the gangster disciples and their rivals in Woodlawn neighborhood, a feud she may have been involved in. Although law enforcement believed her responsible for multiple shootings and possibly a murder, they lacked the necessary evidence to charge her. Gakira's fearless persona was evident on social media, where she openly clashed with her enemies and even issued warnings to the police. Tragically, on April the 11th, a hooded assailant gunned her down in front of her home. While she had a reputation as a dangerous figure on the streets, it's rare for females to be involved as trigger pullers in gang-related shootings. Despite her turbulent life, Gakira Barnes was not just a perpetrator, but also a victim of the streets she called home. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of the challenges everyday parents face in steering their children away from the dangerous glamour of the gang lifestyle. If you thought this chick was wild, the next cat on our list can blow her out of the water. Meet Sister Pink, the not-so-friendly neighborhood snakehead of New York's Chinatown who turned illegal immigration into a multi-million-dollar operation with all the intrigue and drama of a Hollywood thriller. In her heyday, Sister Pink was no ordinary entrepreneur. As the head of an underground crime syndicate, she orchestrated the covert migration of some 3,000 Chinese immigrants to the land of the American dream.
Welcome to America.
But this wasn't charity work. She charged a jaw-dropping $40,000 per person, amassing a fortune of $40 million in the 80s and 90s. She was like the Gordon Gekko of human smuggling. Her clientele embarked on treacherous voyages from Hong Kong to Guatemala and New York, often crammed on very unstable and decaying ships like the infamous Golden Venture. Tragically, some didn't make it, with 10 souls perishing in a desperate attempt to swim ashore. Yet amidst the horrors, some in New York's Chinatown saw Sister Ping as a savior, providing opportunities and lending a helping hand to her fellow Fujianese immigrants. But the FBI wasn't buying it. Over a dozen years of investigation revealed a darker side to Sister Ping's operation. She hired violent thugs to force and threaten her clients into settling their debts, making her empire, as ruthless as it was, always profitable.
Just to pay the bills.
Sister Ping's own journey to America began in 1981 when she arrived as an illegal immigrant from Hong Kong. As the great entrepreneur she was, she immediately found loopholes in the system. She got false naturalization papers and brought her family over from China. Seeing a business opportunity in the loosening immigration rules, she set up an illicit banking scheme and started shipping people from China to Central America before their final destination in the United States. Her criminal empire faced a setback in 1989 when she was arrested for attempting to bribe an officer. However, she served just 4 months in prison before getting back to business. The Tiananmen Square protests opened a floodgate of Chinese immigration. This was like steroids to her smuggling trade, but also attracted ruthless gangs into the mix. In New York, failure to pay her fees often led to torture and lives being ended. By the early 90s, Sister Ping had diversified her ill-gotten gains into various businesses in Chinatown. She became a restaurateur and even waited tables herself. You better tip her well. All this while her smuggling ring reached new heights under the guidance of gangster RK. When the FBI finally caught up with her, thanks to associates of the Fok Chin gang spilling the beans, Sister Ping was indicated in 1994 but managed to jump bail. She continued her operations in China until she was arrested in Hong Kong and extradited to the US in 2003. Facing a cascade of witnesses and evidence, Sister Ping's defense crumbled and she was slapped with a 35-year prison sentence. In 2014, the mother of all snakeheads met her end in prison at the age of 65. To some, she remained a folk hero, but to the courts, she was the ruthless mastermind behind one of the most infamous human smuggling gangs in history. Now, the next cat on our list even made it to Hollywood, the Cocaine Godmother. Meet Griselda Blanco, the not-so-average mobster who could give the toughest male gangsters a run for their money. Her life story reads like a Hollywood blockbuster, and it's no wonder Catherine Zeta-Jones played her in the cable channel biopic Cocaine Godmother. In the wild drug-fueled era of 1970s and 1980s Miami, Blanco was notorious for her cold-heartedness and cunning as a narco smuggler. She wasn't just bloodthirsty, she was ruthless. She had ordered men tortured and even laughed while they suffered, all in the name of protecting her family, of course. The body count attributed to her ranges from 40 to a staggering 200, spanning from Miami to New York. One chilling incident involved a hitman missing his target and accidentally killing a 2-year-old boy. Blanco's response? Gratitude that the child's death would distress her intended victim. Her motives were as twisted as her actions, including ordering the execution of a married couple in front of their children.
That is crazy.
Her drug empire was one of the largest of the Colombian mafias in the United States. To smuggle thousands of pounds of cocaine from Colombia to the US, she got creative and even designed special women's underwear and had suitcases with hidden compartments. She earned the nickname La Madrina, the Godmother, but not for her nurturing qualities. She was more like the Black Widow, having killed her 3 husbands in fits of anger. One of her favorite hobbies included serving cocaine to young girls and hosting wild orgies at her Miami home. That cat definitely knew how to party. She was even perceived as compassionate for granting one man's wish to get a bullet in the head instead of decapitation. All Mother Teresa, if you ask me. Born in poverty and abuse in Colombia, Blanco put her first kill on her resume at just 11 years old. She fled to the US, where her drug empire raked in millions at the cost of countless lives. Eventually, she was arrested in California in 1985 and sentenced to prison. In 1994, she faced the death penalty for her heinous crimes, but managed to escape it due to a bizarre scandal involving phone sex between prosecution witnesses. You literally cannot make this shit up. Instead, she got 3 concurrent 20-year sentences. Thanks to lenient sentencing guidelines, she was released in 2004 and deported to Colombia. But don't worry, karma is a very patient bitch. And on September 3rd, 2012, an assassin on a motorcycle gunned her down in a butcher's shop. Even in retirement, Blanco couldn't escape the violence she once orchestrated.